Hello everyone, today I'm here to review a book for you, and today's book I will be talking about is When We Collided by Emery Lord. This is my first, that's right, my first YA contemporary book I've read this year, and it's in April. Who am I? Because if you don't know already, I love contemporary. So it's surprising to me that I haven't read a YA contemporary, but I'm so glad this is my first one of the year because I adored it. I thought it was awesome. I want to talk to you about it, so let's get to talking about it. First, I will talk briefly about it, non-spoilers, and then for you guys that have read it, I'm going to talk just a tiny bit about spoilers, just a tiny bit. Just on the cover, like it looks like Jackson Pollock, and I freaking love it. This book follows two people, and it has two different narratives. So we have Jonah and we have Vivi, and both of them are struggling with a lot of things in their life when they meet. For when it takes place in Verona Cove, which is like a really nice seaside town in California. It's like tucked away. It's like the epitome of town. Like the way Emery Lord wrote it made me want to go to Verona Cove and never leave. Like I would just live there and I'd just be like, I'm good. I would just go to this diner every day, go paint some pottery, go to this restaurant, love life, go to the beach. Let's go there forever. So Jonah has been in Verona Cove his whole life. He's considered, a townie. His dad has passed away 6 months ago, and he is pretty much taking care of his young siblings. So he has 3 younger siblings and he has 2 older siblings. So there's 6 of them, which, holy crap, of the little siblings. Jonah's like smack dab in the middle, and he's taking care of a lot of, the responsibilities when it comes to little kids and helping with his dad's restaurant. And his mom is not really doing so well. She's very different, after the father died, and it's just really tough, and Jonah's very struggling with that. Then he meets Vivi, who has just moved in town for a summer, and she literally lights up his world. But of course, Vivi's got some problems of her own, some really deep-rooted problems, which I will not talk about spoilers-wise, because yes, this book deals with a lot of mental health and mental things like that. You should just go into it not knowing, but know that there is a very strong looming thing of mental health in this book, which is really, really awesome, I think. So this book is all about literally Vivi and Jonah and their summer whirlwind of a romance. That's not spoiling anything. Of course, it's going to have romance in it. And I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great first contemporary book of the year. I read Emery Lord's previous books called The Start of Me and You and then Open Road Summer, both of which I liked. I didn't love. I gotta say, this is my favorite book of hers by far. I felt her writing was just amazing in this book. She really painted pictures of the town and of the characters. I felt like I knew them. I felt like I know the town. I just really fell in deep into this book, and that is of course because of her writing, which I thought was just awesome in this book. So I love this book for that. As well, let's talk about the characters. So we have Jonah, who I love. Jonah was my favorite. Jonah was my favorite. He reminded me a lot of Jace from My Life Next Door, and that's not a bad thing at all because they're both very admirable characters. Whereas Jace also comes from a very big family, and he also has to help shoulder responsibility, and he's very reliable, very dependable, very type of guy. And so I thought they were very similar, which I think was awesome because I love characters like that. I love Jonah so much, how he was so caring to his siblings. He wanted to help his family. He really wanted to help his dad's restaurant. He was just so, trying to helpful, but then he kept kind of losing himself because of this whole deal of helping his family and, trying to grieve after his father's death, and that's very hard to go through. I literally can't imagine that. So I very much loved reading about Jonah and loved reading about his ways. And then there's Vivi. Vivi is literally the opposite of Jonah, where Jonah is very grounded and very, kind of proper, I guess would be the right word to say. Vivi is the complete opposite. She is an artist. She just feels she needs to be free at all times. If she wants to go running up and down the beach stark naked, that's what she'll do because that's who she is. She just embraces life to the fullest. And I did like Vivi. I did have a couple of qualms about her. When I first began to read Vivi, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl's a breath of fresh air. I love her so much. But the more I got into the book, she got kind of a little bit too much for me. And I struggle with that a lot because I know the whole thing of the mental health came into play, and it was really hard for me to decipher, what Vivi is real and stuff like that. And I felt at often points when she was talking and doing things, I was like, this girl is she is just too much for me. So that's the only thing I had of Vivi. I think it's because if I would be a person, I would be Jonah. That's who I am, but I'm not Vivi at all. But I think that Vivi really helped Jonah to open up, to experience life, to embrace life, not to be so responsible and so just hard-shelled all the time. So Vivi really helped Jonah a lot, and I think as well as Jonah's helped Vivi a lot, helped kind of ground her and stuff like that. I really did enjoy the romance. I will say it was insta-love, and it wasn't the bothery insta-love, but I felt like it went really fast. There was just a kiss, and then it was game on. I feel like there should have been maybe a little bit of flirting and then a little bit of, you know, sly glances and stuff like that. Or in the way it should have been, honestly, because Vivi is just a risk taker. If she wants to do something, she's gonna do it. If she wants to kiss you, she's gonna do it. And she did it, so, you know, there's no turning back in it. So it really fit with her character, honestly, but I did want a little bit of more, like, you know, lingering stares. Oh, does he like me? Does he not? Vivi's like, I don't care. I'm just gonna go for it. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was a great first read for Contemporary of the Year, and I really loved all the things about it. And like I said, there were just a couple qualms with Vivi, and that was pretty much the only thing I really didn't love about it. Like, I liked Vivi, but I just don't love Vivi. She was a little bit too much to handle at some points. So overall, I gave this book a 4 out of 5. I would say I really enjoyed it. Overall, I loved it. It was a great read. I think if you're looking for a spring type of read that's got a little bit of depth to it, because this definitely does, pick it up, because it'll also help you with the it also has great writing about mental health and how you should reach out, and just, you know, I haven't read a book like this as far as that concerns of mental health, which I really am glad I did. I really felt like it opened my eyes to the situation, to something I didn't know about before, so I really was happy and appreciative of Emery Lord for writing that, because there's not too many YA books that have mental health in them, so I really like the dive that Emery Lord took, and I thought she did great with it. But overall, like I said, I really liked this book, and I thought it was just a great contemporary read, and I can't wait to see what Emery Lord writes next. Like, oh, it's awesome, because this book was freaking awesome. I loved it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'm sorry if I talk way too fast in the video. Sometimes I get very excited about talking about books, and I just go a mile a minute, and I apologize immensely for that. I realize this is the speed I should talk in, not super fast. I just can't help it sometimes. But if you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
To the world unknown that you will meet in your dreams, and say goodbye to all the friends you met today.